Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ali Saul. This is Spiritual Inside. I'm going to talk about today, what I'd like to discuss anyhow, is spiritual awakening itself. Spiritual awakening. Having a spiritual awakening and what it, symptoms, it's a good word for today's world, right? Symptoms of a spiritual awakening. One in particular that I would like to discuss today was brought to my forefront last night. Something I actually kind of forgot about in a way, which is amazing now that it's so prevalent in my mind again. Like most of you, I would believe I've had a spiritual awakening. I was awoke through nothing of learning of my own or anything like that. There was an experience that I've had that I will discuss. But after that awakening, the next few nights, maybe weeks, but again, time, right? It gives you the ability to see what can't be seen. You'll hear the term, if you're awakening, if you're just watching this video and these are happening to you, well, I just want to let you know it is normal. It's not, you're not crazy. It's harmless. 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 Can't hurt you. What I speak of is astral spiders and scorpions and the other bugs you'll see. Primarily it was me, it was the spiders, astral spiders they're called. Dimensional beings. Energy vampires. I have a lot of words for them, right? Us humans, we make up a lot of words for everything we are currently discussing. I have a lot of words for everything. Multiple words for the same thing all the time, right? So, astral spiders, or dimensional beings, as I like looking at them as. After awakening, for the first few little nights, I would lay in bed, much like a child would, afraid he was having a nightmare. I would lay in bed, afraid of what I'm about to see, because I knew at night is when they come. That light goes off in the room. I look around, and I would see these spiders. They can only be called spiders. They look like spiders. They moved like spiders. They were larger than any spider I've ever seen, and they weren't bodied. They were unbodied. They're black. In the darkness of the room, they would appear black, but you could see them. They would have like light. It was weird. Unless you see them, it's hard to describe them, because you can see them move. You can see them. You can see them, completely see them. But yet they're almost the same color as the room in the night. Like they're dark like that, but they have this a light going through them, around them kind of thing, where they're scary looking. I know that. I remember the fear you get, you want to cover your head with your blanket like when you're a kid. I don't know if I'm speaking to people that never experienced this. Well, I did. You'll never hear words of woohoo or esoteric on this channel. I am spiritual inside. We are all spiritual inside. And I don't view any spiritual concept or idea as esoteric, weird woo-hoo. It's, to me, as real as anything else somebody wants to proclaim to be real. Right? So, whether you had them or whether you haven't had them, that does not deter me from knowing their factuality. I seen them. You may see them. If you do see them, please comment in the comment bars that you had this experience. You experienced astral spiders. You know, they're scary at first. When you're first awakening, I remember I was telling somebody, it felt like I was turning into a superhero, like the movies do. Like, I was seeing things that you see life in a different way. Your thoughts are just completely different than what they were. Like, everything just, and you literally do. You feel, you have such a connection when you first awake, like such a profound, oh my God, that you feel like life is just gonna take off. Like, you can't focus on anything else because this is so amazing. You know, all you want to discuss, focus on, think about is the fact that you're awakening. You just want to read and look at material about your awakening. You just want to get into it. That's called the hermit phase of awakening. That's by far my favorite phase of awakening. When you just research, look into, and just delve. I remember when I first woke for the next, well, I still do every day to this day still. I don't go a day without looking at and viewing and watching spiritual and material that I view important. And other subscribers and other YouTubers here spreading their light. I watch videos, man. I still do. But I remember when I woke, I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to sleep. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to do nothing. All I wanted to do was sit in front of the TV and watch videos about having a spiritual awakening to find out what was going on inside me, you know? It was incredible. And one of the main aspects of why was I seeing these scary are spiders. Like, they were, they can see you. That's the thing, right? They would, when you look in the corners of the rooms or the walls and they see you, you see them. It was like attraction. Once they knew you could see them, they would go towards you, kind of thing, which would always freak you out. Right? So you had to try to not look at these things, but they weren't really there. You'd get up and you'd flick the light on. Nothing. Right? And your 3D mind, your body mind, is trying to tell you you're just hallucinating, just seeing things. Still today, that's what people say. But I know they're animals, insects, whatever you want to call them. They're all life, right? From another dimension. It's just when you wake up, you have the ability to see. There's things around us all the time. We all know this in this illusionary world. We just can't see it. We don't have access to it. Well, they're one of them. I believe they're around us right now even, right? We just can't see them. We can't feel them. We can't touch them. We can probably walk through them and vice versa. But for that little time when you're first awakening, your mind is blown open, so wild, your spirit's let out, that you gain access to some access, and it goes away. No, I don't believe anybody that had the spiritual awakening continues to see the astral spiders, continues to see the fourth and fifth dimensional beings that are visible now and then, you know, like you see things. You'll see, the spiders were the big one for me. I also remember seeing, you'd want to call it an aura around buildings, around stuff. You would look at something that would be like, you'd see something like hovering right above the top of the wall. The building would be here, and right above the wall would be like a shaking thing, like a, you know, if it was an aura on a human, you would see just the same way you see it. It was the same with buildings or wires. It's still, you know, it's like, am I seeing the energy going through the wires? You'll be trying to figure out, or you know, you'd be look up the sky. I remember I'd taken pictures on my phone nothing in the sky, and nothing out in front of me, constantly just taking pictures of nothing, trying to see what I was seeing with my naked eyes, but they would never show in the camera, never show. I would be looking at like sparkles and lights and all this stuff that happens when you first awaken. And after a while, I guess your mind somewhat comes accustomed to it, and it kind of regulates it and kind of, I don't know how it goes away, but it kind of does, We're more awake now than I was then, but I don't see the astral spiders. But man, they were cool now that I, am through it. But at first, yeah, if you're going through it, I just want to let you know, you're not alone. Everybody else probably is going through very much a similar scenario. They just don't talk about it. Spiritual awakening is something we just don't talk about. We talk about having it. We talk about all that stuff, but we don't talk about how we had it. That's one thing I wanted to do on this channel, and I'm going to. But with that, I'm a little talking astral spiders and seeing a little few stuff. If you're seeing anything out there, don't fret, don't worry. It's completely normal. You're adjusting to your new life that's being let into your body, your new spirit that's being released from your body. It'll be okay. Just soak up that material that you're watching. Read what you can. Talk to those among you that are already awoke. And enjoy it. Didn't mean to go on for this long, but I guess that's what it wanted me to do. So with that, I just want to say, if you are seeing astral spiders or auras or anything, sparkles in the sky, lights coming from down, whatever, please comment, let me know. Otherwise, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing, liking, and sharing if you do. And have a beautiful, wonderful day, week, month, and year. And life. Namaste.